This is the Lettergraph Spirit Duplicator, model number 84, made in 1970. The condition of this machine is excellent, and I will show you how to operate and adjust the machine for use. Full instructions are listed on the feed tray for permanent operating procedures. Oh. This is a Lettergraph Spirit Duplicator. It uses spirit duplicating fluid. I happen to be using Bantam. The way it operates is fluid comes into the reservoir and passes down through wicks, which then transfer to paper, and then the master unit will wipe against the paper and make an impression. I'll show you how to fill the reservoir. It has a gauge on it to let you know if there's anything in it. Pause it. The top unscrews, and using a filler valve, just take it and you fill it up to as much fluid as you need. This has fluid in it already, so I'm just going through the motion. But that's how it's filled. You must be careful with the duplicating fluid, as it is a flammable product and there is no smoking. This gets screwed back on firmly. If it's ever on too tight, you can use a quarter and just unscrew it. Always close your fluid up. Okay. Now, to turn this on, the fluid, you turn this little lever here. Can you see? There's a lever here, and it rotates the drum to the on position. With nothing in it and the pressure control off, fluid is set for heavy. You crank it about 10-15 times. This has a double wick system. It's a gravity feed demand moistening system with corrosion resistant metal 1 quart capacity fluid tank. Wick to roller to paper, uniform moistening of copy sheets, impression roller, pressure adjustment for the brightest, longest runs. Okay, now, this is a master unit. It is a handwritten one. It comes in 3 parts: the carbon paper, a tissue paper to protect the sheet, and the top sheet. To use it, you remove the tissue paper and you draw, type, or whatever you want on the machine, on the master unit. What I do is I run it through a inkjet printer to make an impression. This is called a Kiss Master, where there is nothing on the back of it, just the image that you print on the surface of it. Then I trace it, and when I trace it, it comes out backwards on the other side. For demonstration purposes, I will be using a thermal master unit, which is made on a tattoo stencil copier, and it will provide you with the best visibility. Now, you must use about a ½ inch of paper out of the stack of paper, fresh. Goes into the feed tray. This lifts up, slides into the stop, and then gets put down. The counter is set to 0. The pressure control is set to high. The fluid level is set to heavy. And the master unit is right here. This is a thermal master unit. It's 4 pieces. It has a piece of carbon and a piece of tissue. When you use a thermal printer, you can actually print right off of the computer or off of another copy. It's separated and it's put in. This lever is slid forward. It says open clamp here. You line it up. This is set for 8.5 inch paper. You set this for 8.5 inch paper. Like that. Release the clamp. Do not rub the paper on the master. Press the feed roll down and give it a crank. And you'll see what we get. It's a good picture. Very nice. Unfortunately, on this particular machine, the height adjustment is not adjustable. It does not have that. So what I do when the copy is too high, I trim the top with a paper cutter, or I put the master on backwards, bottom first, and clamp it on. And then I find that it comes out much better. Like that. You've got a good impression. It'll brighten up as it dries. The world at a gallop. This is an imprint from a thermal master unit. You can control the prints by adjusting the pressure. After you get going, you make a little lighter copy if you want long runs. That's a little lighter copy. And when you're finished, just shut the fluid off by pushing this lever. The drum will rotate. Shutting the pressure off, it says open clamp here, so you take this and you open the clamp, take off your master, and store it away for another use. You can turn the fluid down to medium or light, depending on what you're doing and how many copies you are making. It's a very good machine. It was made in 1970. You won't have any problem with it. The copies are still damp. That's just one example of a copy. Let's see if I can show you another copy here. This one I made and the thermal master slipped, so it didn't come out all the way, but I wanted you to see the intensity of it. I'll again put it in bottom side up, just because I know it's even. And you clamp it closed, turn the fluid back on, turn the pressure back on. Make sure you've got paper in here, and we're way to go. What have I done? Well, there's the copy. A good, dark, solid copy. This is from an adult coloring book. As you see, the master slipped in the machine, but I wanted the intensity of the purple to show, just so you can see how it works. And that's all there is to that. Lift your feed rollers up. They are released by this button when you want to drop them down. Full instructions are on the receiving tray on different procedures if you're doing postcards or heavy cardstock. You can take the paper out and save it and use it again. The feed tray is removable. It comes out. Full operating procedure is on it. Your damp copies. Remove the master, slide it off, lift it up, put it away, release the pressure control, make sure the fluid is off, the drum clamp is closed, and just to let you know, it has 2 wicks in it. This can be removed for transporting. It's fully adjustable. There's a wick in here. By pushing down on this, the wick is exposed. That's one wick. And then inside is a moistening wick that takes the fluid directly from here and transfers it. This is like a secondary wick. Works very well. It just pops in. The wick does need to be cleaned and changed periodically from the type of paper that you use. And I guess that's it for now. These are just a few of the copies made on this machine. The little boy, a picture, kids' coloring pages, all good prints. Very pleased with the machine. It will do a lifetime of service. Very little to go wrong with it. It's been totally restored, taken apart, and greased, lubricated, and adjusted. The feed rollers are good. The rubber is good. A few minor nicks on the paint from 60 years. But I thank you very much. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me and I'll do the best I can. This machine will be listed on eBay and other such sites very shortly. Thank you.